Now, the Minoans will reach a point around 1200 where they hit a massive decline, and more than likely that's going to be due to the sea people in some way, shape, or form, although people will argue that the Minoan decline could be due to volcanoes, tsunami, starvation. More than likely, because of the date, around 1200, it probably has to do with the sea people, although it is possible there was a drought at the same time, which helped the sea people and may have brought about the end of the Minoans. Which brings us to the Mycenaeans, basically the Bronze Age Greeks. And the Mycenaeans will have a lot of influence at the end of the Minoan period on Crete. So there is some overlap. They also overlap with the Cycladic peoples and will take over large areas there. The Mycenaean culture is the forerunner of the Greeks, and it appears around 2000 BCE. By about 1500 BCE, we see a distinctive Mycenaean culture which will flourish on the mainland. Later Mycenaean civilization of the mainland will dominate the Aegean region. And as I said before, this is the period of the Trojan War. This is that time. And in fact, if I go back to the map, you can see the places that they talk about in the Iliad. Here's Troy right here. It's on the Ionian Peninsula, in other words, Turkey. Here is Mycenae, what would have been known as Mycenae, really. Down here, we see some of the very familiar names, Themes, and Athens, but then there are other names that we are less familiar with. And it is very common at the time for the Greeks, the Mycenaeans, to be going to war with Troy. They go to war with other cities along the Ionian Peninsula so that they can build up these colonies. So it is very likely that this actually happened, and we have some archaeological evidence that Troy did fall around this period, and it may have in fact been the Greeks. Homer may have been talking about an actual war that happened, although parts of it obviously probably didn't.